So what we have seen from where it was discovered in brief history, we have seen that in 1950s it was analyzed that some bacteria were resistant to bacterial own DNA resistant to restriction endonuclease, and this was because of the methylated group of their DNA particles. And then we come to know that there are certain DNA manipulative enzymes which are used in the genetic engineering. In this, nucleases, ligases, polymerases, and modifying enzymes are there. Nucleases, we have seen that what is nucleases? It is a enzyme which is basically responsible for the removal of phosphodiester bond, and because of this, we will be getting the disintegrated part of the DNA. We have seen two types of nucleases enzymes, exonuclease and endonuclease. Exonuclease were trimming DNA from the terminals, whereas endonuclease were trimming DNA from any one side, either from 5' side or from the 3' side, leaving a hanging end. Then we have seen in the endonuclease, it will be cutting DNA in between any part where it will be having recognition site. We have seen how the restriction endonuclease, which is included under nuclease enzyme, is nomenclated. That first alphabet will be presenting genus of the bacteria from where it has been isolated. Second and third alphabet will be representing the species of the bacteria, and third one will be the strain. R will be the strain of the E. coli, and Roman number 1 will be presenting the order in which the enzyme has been isolated. Few list of enzymes I have shown here. This I have taken this table from the book which I have provided you, 6th edition of T.A. Brown. Then we have seen how we can map the uh, gene on the basis of restriction endonuclease cutting site. In last class, we have discussed this problem. I have given this to problem as your homework. So what is the status? Is there any doubt in this? Have you all solved this, or I need to explain it?
Ma'am, explain it.
Yes, ma'am. Second question.
Ma'am, explain.
Okay. So the question is, the diagram represents 2 kb insert successfully introduced between two BAM-H1. Okay. So this 2 kb insert, you can see here with this arrow, this 2 kb insert is there between two BAM-H1. So obviously when these two sides will be of BAM-H1, then definitely this cutting site will be also having the BAM-H1 hanging end. Okay. Side of the 3.8 kb. So don't include this 2 kb of this foreign particle, foreign DNA. Rather, just from here you will see that the whole sequence of this host DNA is vector is what, 3.8 kb. So whole length will be 3.8 kb. In the desired orientation, what is mean by desired orientation? Because you can see in the one side it is having a cut with the BAM-H1, and here you can see one side is also with the EcoR1 and BAM-H1. So yeah, desired orientation means what? The sequence of reading this gene should be in the exact way as for which we are coding, or for the coding genes should be so the reading frame should be as per our desired orientation. Now, second line is the Hin3 side on the insert and EcoR1 side on the vector are also indicated. You can see Hin3 side is there on the foreign or our desired gene, and EcoR1 side on the vector DNA is there. If the insert was introduced in the opposite orientation, which of the following statement is incorrect? So what we will be doing, if we will be going to insert instead of orienting, so here what we can see, of this 2 kb base pair of our desired gene, when we will cut this desired gene with Hin3 endonuclease enzyme, then what we are having one fragment of 0.8 kb and another fragment of 1.2 kb. Okay. Now, instead of inserting in this direction, if you will be what you are doing, you are introduced in the opposite orientation. So definitely what will happen when it will be in opposite orientation, on that time what will happen, the hinge 3 or the cutting side of the hinge 3 will be what, it will be giving 1.2 fragment from this side and 0.8 fragment from this side. Okay. Now second, how many other fragments are what, this will be followed by 2.9 kb up to here where the eco R1 site is there, and rest over in between BAM H1 site and eco R1 we are having 0.9 kb of base pair. Up to here, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No.
Now we have to find out the incorrect statement. First statement is digestion with eco R1 will linearize the 5.8 kb plasmid. Now forget about all this BAM H1 hin 3. What will happen? You have a simple circular DNA after being inserted with this your desired gene. So when this desired genes will be inserted here in this site, which is of 2 kb, and the originally vector was what was the length of the vector, 3.8 kb. So 3.8 plus 2, it will be giving you 5.8 kb. So definitely if you are going to cut with any scissor, any enzyme, what will happen, because this was a circular in length, in shape. So when you are going to cut it, what will happen, it will undergo in a linear form. So the total length will be what, 5.8. So as per this, the statement is true. Digestion with BAM H1 will yield 3.8 and 1.2 kb fragment. Okay. So when you are going to digest with the BAM H1, so definitely the BAM H1 cutting site is what, one at this side and one at this side. Okay. So definitely what we will be having, this our desired gene which is of 2 kb. It will be isolated, and rest over part of the gene will also be isolated, which is 3.8 kb, which is the size of the vector itself. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second. One second, I'm sharing. I'm not able to change the pen color. So as per that, statement number 2 is also correct. Third is stating that double digestion with eco R1 and hin 3. Double digestion means what? We are using both of these enzyme, eco R1 as well as hin 3. So what we will be having here, one cut will be here and one cut will be here. So in total, how many fragments will be here? Up to here, what will be the length here? Because this is 1.2 and from here it is 2.9. So one fragment will be 1.2 plus 2.9 kb. Second fragment will be what? It will be of 0.8 plus 0.9 kb. Now find out whether the statement is true or not. So what we will be having, 9 plus 2 here, 1 3 4. So one will be 4.1 kb of segment and another will be 1.7 kb of the segment. So definitely this is also correct. Now last one is that mostly it will be incorrect one. Even then, let us see why it is incorrect. Double digestion with hin 3 eco R1 and hin 3 will produce. So this statement is, if this statement is true, then how this statement will be right? So here, just a second, if the insert was introduced in the opposite orientation, sorry. After inserting this our desired gene in opposite direction, instead of this, what we will see here, when we are going for the double digestion, so instead of what we have done, this was the right orientation. When we are going to inverse our orientation, on that time, instead of 1.8 kb, here 1.2 kb will be there, and here it will be 0.8. Now again, let me do it again. When there will be double digestion, then what will happen? One cut will be this side, one cut will be this side. So what will be total length we will be having? One fragment will be this one, 1.2 plus 9, it will be giving 2.1 kb, and another will be what? Another will be, as this is the cutting side and this is the cutting side, so next fragment will be this one. So it will be 0.8 plus 2.9. So what it will be? It will be giving you 3.7 kb. So as per this, after, because here the statement is that if the insert was introduced in opposite orientation. So if the insert will be as it is, if it is shown, then this statement should be wrong. Otherwise, on inversion of the orientation, the wrong statement will be this one. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You have
Yes, ma'am.
no confusion is there, na? Because in between I myself has forgotten this word opposite orientation. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next one. All these questions I have taken from the CSIR JRF net. I have few more questions, but sorry, I forgotten to bring my book. I will WhatsApp you all the questions for your practice purposes. You are inserting a gene of 2 kb length in the vector of 3 kb to make a GST fusion protein. Okay, so your GST protein is there. You are going to insert here with 3 kb, going to insert your desired gene is what? 2 kb length, and your vector is of 3 kb. Okay. Now the gene is being inserted at the echo R1 site. Now you can see here at this site, 3 cutting sites are there: BAM-H1, echo R1 as well PST1. You are using echo R1 as a cutting site. So what should be your desired character of your gene to be inserted? The hanging end which will be produced of your desired gene should also be cut with the echo R1 enzyme. Okay. Now the gene is being inserted at the echo R1 site. Okay. And the insert has a HIN3 site 5 kb downstream of the first codon. What do you mean by downstream and upstream? If I say this is your desired gene, this is your first codon. Codon means what? The code of 3 amino acid. Okay. So where it should be? At what direction? It should be toward this direction or toward this direction. HIN3 site, cutting site should be
Right. Ma'am, right direction.
toward this direction.
Right
It will be somewhere at this side where HIN3 will be cutting, so that it will be giving you 500 base pair. So I basically am taking it in a kb, 0.5 kb we will be having when it will be cut with the HIN3. Okay, and this site will what this site will be the cutting site for the echo R1. You are screening for the clone with the correct orientation by restriction digestion of the plasmid using HIN3 plus BAM-H1, HIN3 plus PST1. Now, what we are having? We are having two things here. One is the vector, which is of 3 kb, and in this 3 kb of vector, somewhere 2 kb length of our desired gene is been inserted. Okay. Here, what you have done, you have digested this plasmid with the combination or the double digestion. You have done the double digestion. It means you have used two different digestive enzymes to digest the same DNA sequence. So here we are having HIN3 plus BAM-H1, HIN3 plus PST1. Okay. Now, what you have to do? You have to do which of the plasmid shown above represent the clone in the correct orientation. You have to find the insertion of this gene in the correct orientation. So what should be the trick here? What will happen when you are going to what should be the correct way? So when here, because you are inserting your desired gene at this site with the help of echo R1, then if you are cutting the site with the echo R1, okay, and with hint 3 together, what should be your cutting site? So here we are not taking the echo R1. So if we are cutting with the BAM H1 and one side with the PST1. So this is complete of 2 kb. So leftover will be what? It will be 1.5 kb base pair should be given. So when we are cutting with the, so we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different set of experiments we have conducted, and in this with the help of this experiment we have to find out that which set of the experiment having the same or having the proper orientation of our desired gene. So to find out that what should be our desired band, we should get a band at of 0.5 kb when we are cutting with the with one way with the hint 3 plus BAM H1, then it should be 0.5 base pair, and another should be of 1.5 plus your other 3 kb of the vector's own DNA. So it should be 4.5. Now here you can see numbers are written 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is presenting that your length of the nucleotide base pair as per the bands obtained from the electrophoresis. Now you look at with this side, when we are digesting in A, when you have digested the DNA with hint 3 and BAM H1, how many bands you are having? You are having one band of the 4.5 and another band of 1.5. Okay, so it means your orientation is not correct. Okay, so I have just told you about the, so we have two conditions, but I have two condition here. In condition 1, if the orientation is right, then when we are cutting with hint plus BAM H1, what should be our desired length? Our desired length should be this one, 0.5, and another should be what? Another should be 4.5. Okay, when we are cutting with the PST1 with hint 3 at one side and PST1 with the other side, then what should be our desired gene? Our desired length should be 1.5, and rest over will be what? The plasmid length is 3 kb, so 3 kb plus 0.5, so it should be 3.5. Now just find out either of these two bands, that will be giving you the correct answer. So here also you can see if it will be in the same direction, then what it should be, it should not give you 5.5. Now look for the two things, 0.5 and 0.5 in H plus B region. So where it will be having 0.51. So here in number 6, it is having 0.5, and here 4.5 is, here it is 4.5. No, we are not having the 4.5 here. Again, where we are having 0.5 and 4.5. Okay, look for the 1.5. 1.5 means this region. Here we are having 1.5 and 3.5. Yeah, oh yes, yeah, this is 4.5 now, it is going above 4.5. 4.5. So the answer should be number C. Is it clear or should I explain it again?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
Is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Still, I just repeat in very short. This is your plasmid DNA, which is of 3 kb in length, and this is your desired gene, which is 2 kb in length. Okay, and it is having hint 3 region. In correct orientation, it should give you 0.5 cutting site toward the downstream and leftover will be 1.5. So when there will be proper orientation of with the BAM H3 and PST1, then we will be having, if we are cutting with the hint 3 hint plus BAM, then what should be our what the fragments we will be getting? We will be getting the fragments of 0.5 plus 1.5 plus 3, it will be giving 4.5. When we are having hint 3 plus PST1, then we will be having the band of 1.5 plus rest will be what? 3 plus 0.5, 3.5. So as per that we only option C fit for that. So the answer will be C. So the plasmid which is showing the correct orientation is option number C. Got it? Why
Yes,
you
ma'am.
got stuck in this problem? You have felt difficulty in this?
No, ma'am, I've solved it.
Who's this? This T.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so from here we can see how the restriction enzymes can be used for the gene mapping. We can locate the orientations. Now here I have not mentioned that what would be the sequence of the gene. So if I want to map the proper orientation of the genes with the help of such types of band patterns and with the help of different restriction enzymes, we can sequence the DNA or the orientation of gene over the particular site of DNA. But second thing, when you are going to propose that here it is well mentioned that you are using EcoR1 site, BAMH1 enzyme or PST1 enzyme or whatever enzymes is desired for you. But how can you choose that which enzyme should be used or which should not be used? For that, what is required? You require to do all these experiments under the lab conditions and you have to find out whether the proper bands you can obtain or not. So to find out whether, so here it is said in this experiment it is said that we can use that you have used here, what we are using here, we are using here 2 kb of length with EcoR1 as a cutting site. But how you come to know that this should be the EcoR1? To find out, first way you directly go to the lab, and second way you first, if you know the sequence of your gene, your desired gene on which you want to work, it is well sequenced, then by the help of virtual method you can find out that okay, this is the cutting site, this is not going to hamper our protein, we can easily conduct our experiment. So first we will see that how using our virtual method, virtual way of screening, we can proceed toward our lab. So there are various restriction enzymes cutting site presentation. You will find so many websites. There are various website design which will provide you the cutting site of your desired gene as per your requirement. You can screen that. Okay. So I will just take you one example with the web cutter. It is for web cutter version 2 by USA. So let us see how it works and how we can find out. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see just by typing web cutter, we have here web cutter by Heyman Lab. Now when you will open this site, what you will find here, first option is choose file. Suppose you are working on some gene and you yourself have sequenced that gene, your desired gene that is not present in NCBI. So what you are going to do, you are going to choose the file where you have all the sequences of that genome or that particular gene. Okay, after choosing this, you're going to upload the sequence file. So presently I don't have any such sequence. So another way what I will be doing, I will be searching for some sequence from NCBI and will work on that. So first, depending on your title of the sequence, we will be changing your sequence, and after that we are going to, because for first option what we have seen, we are going to browse the file where we have the sequence. Second, if we don't have sequence, if we want to work on the existing sequence which is already submitted in NCI, we are simply going to paste here in this box, in this second box, we are simply going to paste the FASTA format of the gene sequence. Okay, what is the FASTA format? I will come to that, and how to find out whether this is FASTA or not. You know about the genes, you are well acquainted of the genes, you can find out whether that is a linear sequence, you are going to analyze the linear sequence of the gene, or that genes is circular. You know about this, so as per that you are going to choose the option, or if you are not knowing that, then you will choose find site which may be introduced by silent mutagenesis. So whatever your desired characteristics, you are going to do that. What are your requirements? In what form you want your results? You just want a mapping of the restriction site. You all, or you also want the restriction site in the tabular form, because it is not possible that from a linear graph you cannot find out, or it will be difficult for you if the sequence of genes is very long. Okay, so another way, what you want to know, you also want to find out the cutting site in the tabular form, and you will be sorting that alphabetically so that you don't have to scroll much. You are just going to scroll on the basis of their alphabets. Whether you want to see the cutting site for the all enzyme, whether you want to choose some enzymes not cutting for that particular site, whether you want to find out the enzyme cutting only once the strand, or you have some specification that at what the exactly time and what should be the exact length which you want here. So you're going to specify on that basis. Okay, now, please indicate which enzyme to include within the analysis. What we have seen in the last class, that there are various restriction endonuclease which has different cutting length. Some are having the recognition site of 6 base pair, some are having the recognition site of the 4 base pair. Okay, depending on that, you're going to choose your option. So I better choose the all enzyme here, and I'm not going to change whatever default selection is there. I am keeping it as it is. So depending on your requirement, if you're working on some lab in future, if you're going to work on this, you can change it and find out what exactly the sequence is. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Or suppose you
Yes, ma'am.
have, okay, good. So if you are having a very few or in your lab, only few of the restriction enzymes are present. So here list of the enzymes is also present. You can also be specific for that. Okay. After that, you will just going to click on analyze the sequence. Now, from where we will be getting the sequence? FASTA format. In bioinformatics, have you all been introduced with NCBI? What is NCBI?
Yes, ma'am.
You know? Can anyone guide me for the steps I have to follow to find out the FASTA format? First, tell me the gene which you want to find out its restriction site.
Ma'am, we
Should
have
we
not
take the,
completed this
yes,
part till now.
yes, Abhay, please
Ma'am, we have not completed this part now.
completed this one. Okay. Is there any interest of a gene that you want to know their cutting site, or better I take the spike protein? Okay. Now NCBI, just like the search button of Google, we got that search link. From that, I have just typed the spike protein. If you are not specifically, because for each protein there is an accession number, I am just coming to that. So just typing this word spike protein. I have not specified much that which type of spike protein from which organism or what is the accession number, because spike protein it is protein nature, so it may be having different types of sequences in there. So what is our desired need? We are going to paste the DNA sequence. Okay. So from here in NCBI, you will find that there are 415 book cells which will be providing you information about the spike protein. MESH data is there, PubMed data is there, okay, PubMed central data is there. You also have 1254 genes submitted in NCBI. You also have the conserved domain of the protein. Conserved domain means what? It is not going to mutate very easily. It is going to be inherited, or when this virus is mutating, this will be the conserved domain over which you can work. Okay, there are there are more than 2 lakh of the proteins submitted in the NCBI. Structural based information is also present. Clinical trials is also been taken place. PubChem is what bioassays, that like what are the your or the molecules which will be binding on with that a spike protein, or all the information, that how many information are there, just in the numerical form, numerical data it is represented here. Now I better take the gene. You can also go for the protein, because in their conserved domain you will also get the sequence of DNA. So while clicking it over this, selecting this, what we have find here, you will find that some of them are having a ID. This is known as a gene ID or name is there. So using just gene also, if you will put in the NCBI, you will directly get that. So this is protein from the narrow leaf one. This is this is not our desired one. So I want this spike glycoprotein. So I'm going to click on this S protein or spike protein, which is from the SARS. So on clicking it, what I will be getting? Now, I will be getting the complete data here, that from which organism it is. Okay. Sequence, we can get the sequence, that what is the sequence here. The symbol, gene symbol is S. Gene description is spike glycoprotein. Where it is located, protein. It is the gene type is protein coding. Organism, from where it is been isolated, and many more information I will be getting from here. Now, this bibliography is what it is presenting about the information from where who have submitted this sequence, and whatever the work is been done by using these sequences in this all these studies. So you can get the bibliography if you want to know more about the protein. Okay. Uh, Now sequence I will be getting in this site. Okay, in this sequence, this is the accession number of this gene. So I'm going to copy it, going to paste it over here, and then again going for the search option. Now here you can see I have got the accession number of this one 004718.3. So from here I got the accession number. Here it is written accession number of this gene. Here FASTA is written. So we are going to copy this FASTA format. So I have clicked on the FASTA. So you see what we are getting. We are getting some sequence of the DNA. This is a very long sequence of the DNA, and it is starting with this symbol. Okay, here symbol is there, accession ID is there. So what I am going to do, I am just going to select this whole sequence. This is very big protein. I better just for your if you want to try, you can try that with some small protein also. pasting up to here only. Okay, this time I have copied it by selecting and I have pasted it over here. Okay, now finally what I'm going to do, it's better to download such files. You can also download the FASTA file. After choosing that file also you can proceed. Now I'm going to analyze the sequence. Now in our requirement, what we have put two desired thing. One was the graphic map and another was table by enzyme name. Okay, so what we will be having here we are having the, it is not opening. Okay, anyways, here we are having the graphic map. So here in this way we are having the graphic map where you can see there are some site which will recognize by 2 or more genes. So if you will read in this way, it will be very difficult to find out that which restriction enzymes you are going to use for your experimental work. So you directly scroll down. Yes. Table by enzyme name. You can see a table by enzyme name. Now as per your desired need, you select your desired gene. So here what it is showing, here it is showing that if you are going to choose at one restriction enzyme, you will going to have two types of cutting here, two sites of cutting, one at the position of 2116 nucleotide base pair and at another at the sequence of 3913. Okay, and what is the recognition site? The recognition site is AGGCCT. Okay, this will be the cutting site if you are going to use at one as a restriction enzyme. Now let us see the most common one, EcoR1 BAM or BAMH1. BAMH1 don't have the cutting site in this sequence. If I get some common one, yes, here Eco 24:1. So here you can see with this enzyme you will be having a 4 different sites where it will be cutting our desired gene sequence, and this cutting site will be located at this position, and this will be your cutting site. So this is going to give you the hanging end, and the you can see here the in between cutting is means what it is going to give you the blunt end. So as per your requirement, you can choose your desired restriction enzymes. You can order from any pharmaceutical or from any lab supplier, and you can proceed your experimental work. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you all do this by your own?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I am giving you assignment. You can take some rest. We will meet on another platform, which I just have set the. Just after 5 minutes, we will be having another class. So what I'm giving you task here, you don't choose any of the enzyme. You be specific for any one enzyme, one particular type of the enzyme. You choose the protein of your own desired gene. You take the sequence which you want to study as per your interest. It can be any from a gene of your plant, gene from your from any animal. You choose a specific enzyme, only one enzyme, restriction enzymes, and then tell me what is the result. You can simply post that in the chat section. Okay. So you all take rest for 10 minutes, then again come back for the class. Up to here, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So in next class, we will be, you will be posting your own sequenced part, and after that what happened, whether by treating with that enzymes, whether you have conducted, whether that the restriction has taken properly or not. To find out that, what you have to do, you have to go for the gel electrophoresis. Then how we can perform gel electrophoresis for this in virtual lab, we will proceed in next class. Okay. So you all of you take rest for 10 minutes and then again meet in the next class.